Okay, so this is, we're going to talk about gold probes that we use in the Herbie here. We have a 10 French and a 7 French. When you're in an emergency situation and you're using an EGD scope to correct a bleed, which is what you're going to be doing, not with a colonoscope, you're going to use the 7 French. The 7 French are what are going to be in the bleed box right over here, the bleed kit. But it's a 7 French that you need to have. Just for the record, you can use a 7 French in a colonoscope, but you cannot use a 10 French in an EGD scope. 7 French is what you want. For today's purposes, I'm going to use a 10 French because we use fewer of these, and so I don't want to waste a good 7 French, you know. So anyway, just grab your 7 French gold probe. It says gold probe on there. You're going to pull it out, open it up, and I've already opened this, but this, just like with any wire or whatever, you have your spiral protective thing. So this is inside this sheath, so you're just going to pull it out, and you can just toss this, you won't need it anymore. And because I've played with this a couple of times, I made myself a nice little knot. Get that figured cleaned up here. Okay. So this is actually a lot easier to do than the APC. Because this is bipolar, you do not need to be grounded, but if there's any doubt, ground them. You know, it's not going to hurt anything to have them grounded, no big deal. But you do not need to have them grounded. So if you look at the end of this piece, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, there's only one place that this gold probe can be plugged in, and that's right up here. And the very top where it says bipolar, that's the only one that is bipolar. All you do here is push it in, and then drop it on the floor. No, push it in, and then hand it to the doctor. It does not need to be, there's no purging necessary. You do need to take it back to the correct setting. So for the bipolar, you're going to go, this is not it, no bipolar, go down. There's a bipolar, just hit your button, you're good to go. Remember, if you get lost, just go back to select program, it goes back to your library, and then you can find it again. This is your up and down arrows, and that's your bipolar. That's the one I want. Okay, and one more thing, this is not a touch screen. You can't touch the screen and make it work. That's what you want to do. So you're going to hit it like that and then hit the indented arrow right there. Then you just hand it to the doctor and they do their burning. Frequently, a lot of times, you'll get some material on there because when they cauterize it, you get some bio material on there and you need to clean it off, so they'll have you take it. And all you have to do is just take any kind of sponge with some sterile water on it, clean it off, and give it right back to them, and that's all.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what that is. Oh, one more little thing. This is kind of nice.
That's good, because I was kind of wondering, like, what is that thing?
Yeah. So this, honestly, a lot of doctors don't know about this, but this is very handy. And the reason why is as this goes into the scope and they're burning and stuff, a lot of times they need to clean the area off so they can see where they're going and to get a good connection. But with this in the scope, when they use the irrigation pedal, like we did in the other video, because of this, it veers it off this way. And so a lot of times it can be hard to actually make the water directed the way they want to. So what you can do here, just get any type of saline flush. And saline flush is okay because normally you're going to have sterile water because that protects the scope. No saline flush and no saline inside the scope because it's corrosive. But this water, the saline flush here, is just going to be inside of here and it's not going to make contact with the scope. So anyway, you just soak up your flush here and say, hey, I can irrigate for you, and you just push it through. And then it's got a teeny tiny little hole right here, and it just goes, it's a perfect shot and things like that. A lot of docs don't even know you have it, but I've been in a situation where it was very helpful because they couldn't aim it
Hmm.
effectively enough. But that's all that is, not necessary. A lot of ducks don't even know about it. The other day, actually, I brought it up and it was very helpful, and we hooked it up, and so it's good to know.
Cool.
That's what that thing flipping around there is. So that's up.
So there's the gold probe.
There's the gold probe.